It's finally opened. It's finally open. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here, and today, well, I'm very excited. This is something I have been waiting on for about 2 to 3 months, ever since I heard the news that it was coming to the Nashville area. And yeah, we're here, and I'm talking about the fact that finally, our cosmetic company store has opened. As you all know, the cosmetic company store is no stranger here to the channel, but most importantly, you all, finally, we have one in Nashville. So we're gonna talk about it. Yes, I did go, and I do have a bag of things, but yeah. Let's get into it. But before we do that, you know what we must do first. Lipstick of the day, everyone. We're serving, of course, red. The neighbor's dogs are barking. And the lipstick of the day is Elson, and this is from Pat McGrath, which, you know, you can get these right now at Sephora while they're on sale during the holiday savings event. Elson, again, is the color. I have everything in the description box, so you don't have to worry about that. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, and I was feeling something fresh and happy, so I went with Bond No. 9's Nolita. Yes, Nolita. I struggle with putting an L in front of the letters instead of an N. It is Nolita. I've talked about this fragrance before, but yeah, just know that it's good, it's fresh, and it gets compliments. Bond No. 9's Nolita is your fragrance of the day. So now let's talk about this grand opening that occurred. Yes, the cosmetic company store in Nashville is now open. So quick backstory for some of my newer elves that might not be familiar with what the cosmetic company store is. Let me give you a quick breakdown. The cosmetic company store is the official overstock retailer or outlet for all of the Estee Lauder company brands. Understand this, Estee Lauder owns a huge chunk of the beauty and fragrance community. Some of your favorite brands are under Estee Lauder. So some that come to top of mind are Kilian. Yes, Kilian fragrances, they're under Estee Lauder. Tom Ford is under Estee Lauder. Clinique, MAC, of course, Estee Lauder makeup. Just to give you an example, and it's a total huge catalog of other things that are by them as well. So anything that is overstocked, a lot of your gift sets from holiday collections, all of that stuff ends up in the cosmetic company store. So think of it as their official overstock retailer is what it is. So therefore, you know you are getting legitimate products at a discount. Everything is always 30 to 50% off. They run different promotions all the time. Grand opening is a promotion time where literally they did have a wonderful promotion going on, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit sooner. But yes, just so you know, whenever you see a cosmetic company store, they're usually at outlet malls or big malls that's usually like right outside of cities. You're getting legitimate, authentic products at a discounted price. And it's probably gonna like blow your mind if you've never been to one. It's gonna make you not wanna shop retail ever. So yeah, it's one of the secrets to shopping for makeup and beauty, you know, that we like to do. I first learned about the cosmetic company stores when I was a MAC artist. Again, MAC is under Estee Lauder. So we were trained and taught about it. So that's why I know this as a former employee, as well as just being a savvy shopper. It's legit. That's the quick rundown on the cosmetic company stores, so my elves know what is up. So the one thing I want to say is that the store was super organized when I went. They announced it on social media. I was actually out of town at the time, so I made a beeline to the store when I got back. Everything was super nice, well staffed, everything was organized. Walked in, you had a Clinique section, you had an Estee Lauder section, you had Erin fragrances, you all. MAC had so much stuff. They had some $5 favorites. It's an area that's always in like the back of cosmetic company stores where it's a lot of your favorite blushes. Usually a lot of MAC is back there, Too Faced. Things that are stuff that's normally $30 would be $5. So think I've gotten some of like iconic red lipstick, say like Ruby Woo. I've seen it as a $5 favorite. It's like, just to give you an example. You can do some wonderful Christmas shopping and get some great stocking stuffers back there. Just saying. But I have to highlight something that was so important, you all. The fragrance section in the store was A+. A+. For one, they had a Frederick Mall section, which I love Frederick Mall. Frederick Mall makes one of my absolute favorite winter fragrances, which is Portrait of a Lady. And they had a travel size of it on display. I was like, I have a full big bottle of Portrait of a Lady by Frederick Mall. So I left that alone. But you all, they had a Kilian area, and they had a ton of Tom Ford, and they had a ton of Jo Malone. You all like, what? So you all, I took some notes just so I would not forget, but just to give you all an example of some of the fragrances at the Jo Malone area, it was the stuff you really wanted. So you all, they had English Pear and Freesia. I know that's a bestseller. They had the one I really want, and it took everything in me not to get it at the time. They had Peony and Blush Suede. They had the body creams. They had the scrubs. They had the candles. They had Red Roses I saw. And they had one of my absolute favorite Jo Malones that I've done a full dedicated review on. They had Velvet Rose and Oud, you all. And they had the big bottles. So I was like, but I already have that. But if not, I would have had to come back for that. So much stuff. In you all, the Killian area, they had a lot of the refills, like say like Love Don't Be Shy. They had like the different ones, the Love Don't Be Shy Extreme, the Old Fresh, some Good Girl. So it was some nice things. Some I had been wanting to smell, had never smelled. I was like, okay. I appreciate them having testers for all of the fragrances. So that was cool. Didn't see anything I needed, but it was cool, you know, just to be the experience. You all know. My first love in fragrance is Tom Ford. I know I've been featuring a lot of other brands and whatnot, but my first love, the one that made me experience and want to elevate my fragrance game, the one that started making me want to spend even more money on fragrance, it was Tom Ford. And yes, you all, they had so many Tom Ford fragrances. It was insane. I mean, this was a grand opening. If you're gonna have a grand opening, this is the level that I need you all to be at. This is what they had, you all. For one, they had Noir Pour Femme, which is discontinued. They had a bottle of that. It took everything in me not to buy that because I already still have a bottle, but I almost want to get a backup because they had it. They had a big bottle of Velvet Orchid, which you all know, I love Velvet Orchid. They had Lost Cherry, Bitter Peach. They even had the new fragrance, the Bois Moroccan. They even had that in there. I was like, wait, how is this in here? This just came out. They had it, y'all. And here's the best part. Let me get into it. So the lovely sales associate, she told me what the promotion was, especially with the grand opening. All of the fragrance was 50% off. And if you spent a certain amount, I want to say it was over $100, they gave you an additional 10% off. So really, yeah, 60% off. And we know that Tom Ford has just done a price increase. Killian, basically everybody under Estee Lauder had a price increase. So to go from hearing bad news earlier in the fall of price increases to now hearing I can get something 60% off. You see, this was good news, you all. So naturally, yeah, I did a lot of sniffing. I did a lot of fun stuff. I actually insert a video right here just to show you all a quick scan of what I mean by all of the stuff they had. Yeah. And now for what you all care about. The bag. Yes, the bag. A girl made a purchase. And I got so many like gifts that came with it that you would think I really just balled out in the store, but I didn't. I only made one actual purchase, but the freebies made it look like I did a lot more. So let's talk about the purchase. The fragrance that I purchased, this is because I never in my life thought I would see this at a overstock, a discount, or what have you. I've seen it on discount sites and not, but even on discounters, people still want a hefty penny for this. The difference is only maybe $20 because this is a best seller of Tom Ford. So for my Tom Ford stands, you know what I'm about to talk about when I bring this scent out, and I'm talking about none other than Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This is arguably their best seller from the private line. It's definitely up there. It's definitely in the top 5. This is whenever I see Tom Ford collections, ranking videos, Tobacco Vanille is always in the top 5. I've never seen it below that. So I also have to address the elephant in the room, which is recently I did my video about popular fragrances I don't like, and I had this on the list. So I know y'all are like, girl, why you got a bottle of something you say you don't like? Let me tell you something. I tried this scent 3 different times in different seasons, and each time I was smelling it, it just was not giving. I was like, what are people smelling? Why is this scent hyped up? Like, is this horrible to me? But I don't know if this was a different batch, and it also helps the fact that it was actually cold on the day I went to the grand opening to check out the store. Y'all, I took my time, I sprayed it, and to be a real fragrance shopper, I even sprayed it on my skin and while I walked around the shop so I could really let it develop and really get into it all the way. I don't know, it's like the stars aligned and I finally understood the hype. This smells like a beautiful crafted coffee drink that you would get at a Starbucks or another bougie coffee house that's like local, but all the cool kids hang out at. This is what this smells like. It took this time. I don't know what it was, but it clicked. I said, oh my, like literally, it's like the lights came on. I was like, oh my God, I finally get it. I finally understand why everybody loves this scent, because I mean, men love it especially, but I've been noticing more and more women talk about tobacco vanille, you all. So I was like, okay, let me spray this in. Let me give it one more shot, y'all. And then it finally worked. And just so y'all understand like the savings difference, understand regular price for, this is the 50 ml bottle, because y'all know your girl's gonna get her 50 ml. 50 ml is like the standard in Tom Ford fragrances. The price retail is $285, right? The sale price in Cosmetic Company store, you all, this was $128. Okay, you see, it's just, that's what we call a steal. That's what we call, and especially for something that is a best seller from a brand. This is always sold out, and again, even on the discounter websites, this is still high. So yeah, this sale price totally shatters anything I've ever seen. So yeah, that's why we picked up tobacco vanille. So I know y'all like, okay girl, what else is in this bag? Everything else, again, it's a freebie in here that came with my purchase. So it also came with this bag here. This is from the Cosmetic Company store, kind of like a breast cancer situation. And let's see, inside it has a mini Max Stack mascara, which you all know I like this mascara, and I have talked about it before on the channel. We have some, okay, I cannot pronounce any of this. Okay, all of this is French, but this product right here, I'm just gonna show it. Maybe you all know what it is. Can enlighten me in the description box. Another product, this is a super concentrate of what I don't know, but I'm gonna have to look this up because I need a translation. Then we have some Origins in here. This is a brightening serum. I've seen this in Macy's. And this is some more Origins, another mini from them. I'll be playing in these. And we have a youth serum from Origins. So that's that bag. And then the two other like mega size freebies, because they're full size products. One is from Tom Ford, and this is the Tom Ford Soleil. This is the Sunless Lip. So this is a lip gloss from their Soleil line. Think like Soleil Blanc, Soleil Neige, which they had Soleil Neige in the store too. They had the body oil as well. So this is the gloss. It's a shimmery gold color. It's gonna be used like a topper. So I will be playing in it, especially as we get closer to these holiday looks and things. Because yeah, I have a lot of events and trips coming up. So again, Tom Ford gloss. And I got a full-size Too Faced chocolate bronzer. This is the Chocolate Soleil Longwear Matte Bronzer, and it's up here in matte. And based on the color, this is what it looks like. I remember when these came out and I was intrigued. So hey, glad it came with the purchase. And this is what the bronzer looks like. Now in the pan, this looks too light for me, but hey, it came with the purchase, so we're just gonna let it ride out. They threw it in the bag, whatever. So you all, that is it. That wraps up my bag. And most importantly, this was what I came out of the grand opening with. That's a gem. And when I was checking out, she had to literally dig in the bag for it. She said, yeah, we have exactly 2 left of the tobacco vanille. She says like, that's the one that's been selling. I'm like, I'm not surprised, because again, tobacco vanille is a best seller from Tom Ford. So that's why something in me was like, girl, you better not leave that fragrance. It will not be here if you come back tomorrow. So yeah, this is, yes, I'm very happy with this. I will be wearing this, playing in it some more before I do its full dedicated review, but off of first impressions, yeah, I finally get it. So that wraps up my grand opening trip to the new Cosmetic Company store here in Nashville, Tennessee. So yes, for my L's that are possibly thinking about traveling here soon, a few of you all have reached out to me and said like, oh, I'm thinking about coming out there. I know Nashville has become a destination spot. People travel here from everywhere. It's a whole thing. It's so fascinating. As a native Tennessean, it's really fascinating to watch how Nashville has like blown up. But yes, definitely if you're coming soon, if you're a beauty and a fragrance person, you need to go to our Cosmetic Company store. It's really good. So as always, if you're digging me, subscribe to the channel. If you're here for the content, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not here for any of this, that means you don't like deals, and I don't understand. But until next time, L's, I will catch y'all next video. Bye, y'all.